Hey everybody, welcome to Shield and Haven. My name's Colin, and today I wanted to discuss, while we've got a little break in the workout here, my son and I have been working in the yard, and got some rain rolling in, so we had a bit of downtime, and it got me to thinking it'd be a good time to talk about this. My dog's making noise over there. But essentially the idea for this video is this: what's stopping you from doing what it is you think you should be doing, or could be doing, or what you would rather be doing? As you may or may not know, we're getting ready to travel for a year with our family. My daughter's going on 17 this summer, my son will be 13, and I just retired from law enforcement. I left early. I completed 20 years. I could have stayed longer and made more money, but it just didn't seem right. In prayer and discussion with my wife and my family, we decided that we believe God's calling us to this trip, and it seems like the right time for it. Even though looking at the world news and looking at the way things are going, it probably doesn't seem like the right time. We believe He's calling us out, so we're taking these steps in faith. And as I shared what we're doing, getting ready to travel and stuff like that with people, whether family, friends, coworkers, I feel like I got three main responses from people. And that was something along the lines of, oh wow, I wish I would have done something like that, but it's too late. My kids are grown, or I'm too old, or something along those lines. Or the number two most common response, I think, was, well, I would do that, but what about healthcare? What about money? What about my house? I've got all my stuff. I've got my pets. I've got my whatever life that I've developed here. I just don't know about that. Or then the number three answer is, well, maybe I could do something like that. So today's video is going to be addressing number 2 and 3. Number one, the number one response of, I wish I would have, but it's already too late. Well, maybe it's too late. Maybe your kids are gone. Maybe you're past the age of being able to. Maybe you're not physically able to do something like this for whatever reason. Whether it's travel, whether it's relocation, whatever it is that you're thinking that would be like, wow, that sounds amazing to me. But I want to address the but. I want to address the idea of what's stopping you, because I really think we limit ourselves. You look at our healthcare system. Really, it's not a healthcare system. It's a sick care system. We're on our way to social medicine. I think you can look at what's happening and see that. We've visited a country with social medicine. It's terrible. It's not a good thing. There's more money in keeping us sick than there is getting us well. So healthcare and the inordinate cost of that. Is that what you're going to let keep you from doing it? What if there was a better way to do things? What if you could heal yourself more naturally, or just by your diet, or different things like that? There's different approaches. That's a whole other video, which I think if you're willing to go down that rabbit hole, you can. Or what about my stuff? See, that's kind of the mentality I had first was, well, what about our dogs? I've got my Great Dane. I love my Great Dane. He was given to me for my birthday a couple years ago. It's kind of like an emotional support dog, and he helped me in that time. But that was kind of my first answer when I believed God was calling us out. I was like, God, what about my dog? What about my stuff? What about the work we've done up here? What about the effort we've put in building this homestead up? And the answer was shown to me in a couple different things. One was a story of a friend that we have who went out for feed one day for their farm, and while they went out for feed, came home and found their home fully engulfed. Their pets all died. They lost their money, their guns, their stuff. All their things were gone. And while tragic, absolutely tragic, God showed me in that it's all just things I've given you, and they could be gone tomorrow. They could be gone in an hour. So are you going to let that stop you from what I'm calling you to do? And so through a series of events, the dog ended up being adopted by a friend. Our other dog's getting adopted by a friend. We're on our way down to one dog. We have fields. Maybe we'll go and take a look here at these fields. But these fields we put so much effort into that we fenced this whole property. It wasn't fenced. It was all overgrown. It was wild. And we put up the perimeter fencing, learned how to do the fencing. Once we got the perimeter fencing pulled up, we cross-fenced it. We put in cows, we put in goats, we brought in the chickens, pigs. We did all these animals, the bees, and one thing after another as I put it before the Lord to ask what he wanted. And he asked if I had the courage to just sell it all and follow him. And I said, oh, well, I'll try. I didn't think it would really go, but it did, like that. Like the tractor sold, the animals sold. We have now these fields and they're empty now. And I'm looking at it all going, really, what was I going to let stop me? And there's still things that give me pause and make me a little nervous about this, but I want to challenge you all to take a look at the things in your life and ask, what's stopping me? What's stopping me from doing what it is that I'm called to do? Because when you really look around at it, I think the answer is it's the limitations that we put on ourselves. So that's how I kind of want to start this video. And if you got any comments, please share them below. And don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and we'll see you on the next video. Today we're doing something that I don't necessarily want to do, but we understand the need in this market because not everybody wants the same thing we want. But we planted this garden. My wife specifically wanted this garden. She thought it would be pretty. We thought it would be pretty as it sold, or as the house went on the market, but it's taken a little while and the house isn't selling. So we're dropping the price and we are gonna mow this garden down. Does that mean it was a wasted effort? No. We spent hours working on this garden, but now what we're getting out of it is cucumbers, loofah, Seminole pumpkins, which is a natural dewormer. There's still fruit and things like this that we can take with us on the road and not only have for us and our pets and ourselves, but maybe stuff we can share with others. Nothing was wasted, but getting rid of it, that's what we think we need to do. Nothing was wasted in the effort. It's gonna be kind of sad to me to mow it down, but if this is what's gonna help sell, then this is what we think we need to do. So here it is. My tractor's already sold, so I had to ask my neighbor to come through with her tractor and mow it down. We're gonna go through and mow it, rake it flat, spread some grass seed, but here you go. We did a lot of work to get this garden all built up, and now we got it mostly mowed down. This is the direction that the realtor thinks that we should go with it, and so it's the direction we're moving, leaving some of the fruiting trees and things like that, but for the most part mowing the rest of the stuff down. Kind of to the point of what we were talking about before is what's stopping you. So over here we're heading towards one of our fields where none of this fencing was here when we moved in. We installed all the perimeter fencing, we cross-fenced it, and then once we cross-fenced it, we started adding in animals. We had pigs in this field, goats in this field. Here's my son, Daxon. He's been, I couldn't ask for a harder worker during all this stuff. So, hey, bud, why don't you tell everybody, what did we do out here in this field?
Well, the very first thing we had was pigs. After we ran the pigs, this was all a mud pit, but now it's beautiful grass. So we had pigs, they made a ginormous mud pit, and from that mud pit grew beautiful grass.
Let's go down here.
Here, they had made a huge mud pit, but now it's just beautiful grass.
What kind of grass was in here before? Kogan grass, yeah, and Kogan grass is highly invasive, comes from Asia, and everybody said the only way to get rid of it was going to be with glyphosate. Burn it all or kill it all. She can go out there. Burn it all or kill it all. And so we decided we didn't want to do that because we were going to be growing things here. You see, we got some fruit trees planted. We got some other things going on out here. Now it's a beautiful field. There is still some Kogan grass out here, as you can see, but for the most part, it's a really pretty meadow. Bud, why don't you walk us around out here and show what we did?
This was a huge, big dead tree, like as big as that. And we had to pull it down. Here's some of the branches and limbs and stuff.
We had pigs over here. Then once the pigs rooted it all up, we had cows, right?
Cows under these two big oak trees. And then guardian dog, Leia. She was my dog, but she was running around here protecting everybody. And then we had our bees.
Amazingly, two of my buddies bought all 3 hives after we were able to get our last harvest off of it. Talk about over here to the left, bud.
Under these 2 trees.
Yeah.
So this is where we had our steers. And steers for county and state fair to show them, and then eventually sell them to a butcher. We planted ryegrass here and some millet and stuff like that. But so yeah, here's some of the ryegrass we planted. But now we're heading over to one of the melon patches.
Where'd these melons come from?
We fed like our pigs some scrap melons and stuff that we had.
Over here, though.
But then they pooped them out, and these are the watermelon plants right here.
Yeah.
They're flowering. Some are flowering. They're all mixed in with a whole bunch of other plants. But
yeah, here you can see one starting. So yeah, all in a field where we were told nothing would ever grow because Kogan grass is it's a growth inhibitor for other plants. But now check it out.
Here we go. Here's some more melons. These are big melons. Long gone though. But.
And these are all just from the pigs being out here, letting the pigs root the ground up. And look what they've left behind.
Actually, not long ago. But yeah, they're huge melons.
So yeah, we got this really pretty field now. We did all this work. So up this way, what do we have? We ran the pigs all along this fence line, right? All the way out into the corner here. And then afterwards we mixed in some pollinator mixes of seeds, and you can see, I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but there's butterflies and stuff like that on it. There were pigs run all the way down here. We took this is probably our 4th iteration of a pig pen over here. We developed this. We initially were trying our hand at raising pigs and trying to get them to farrow in here. It's all kind of grown over now, but we tried it, right?
Yeah. And we had there's still electric fence, but it was on because we at one point tried just letting the pigs go into different paddocks, but that didn't really work, so we just kind of left it up for because we had like goats in here one time too.
So looking at all this stuff, looking at what we've done, was it a lot?
Oh yeah, it was a lot.
Would you change it?
Maybe bigger land, and like maybe now we know what we're doing, so we won't have to start from scratch like we did on this farm. Would you change it for anything?
Would I change it?
Yeah.
No, not for anything.
No?
We've learned so much here together. You and I got to work out in these fields together. Me and the family got to work out here together. And did we learn?
Oh, we learned a lot.
Did we grow?
Yep, definitely.
Is that the point?
Yeah.
I think so.
So I guess that is the question, like, what is stopping us?